Hey folks, how's it going? This is Josh the Manashadow. I played through a little bit of this game called EarthFall. I got it on chrono.gg for free using their coin system. And I wanted to do like a quick 10-minute first impressions review of it for you. So here we go. So after selecting a character, which doesn't really have any special abilities, you kind of come up with what is obviously very similar to Left 4 Dead. You've got your 3 compatriots down there on the left, you've got a secondary weapon which has infinite ammunition, and your portrait character, the green being their health and the yellow ring being your stamina, I believe. Throughout the map you find additional weapons, as we're about to see. I'm about to come up here, and later on you actually get into maps where you can 3D print your own weapons, but we'll get to that later. Oh, look at that. I've always been a fan of assault. Okay, I guess I don't get anything. Shit. Lore unlocked. Light drone, huh? Yeah. I just want to blow on it. Oh god. Oh god, I fucked up. I fucked up. I should have used that for him. Oh my god. Alright. What's that? What's a whiplash? Oh god, that's a whiplash! Alright, well, never... Oh, Jesus! Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? Oh! God, this game's not pulling any punches. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oops. Well, that looks fucking stupid as hell. One of the things that I haven't gotten too deep into is the lore, so you can see you can pick up items to unlock lore. I don't know if that actually gives you any sort of edge in gameplay or if it's just to add flavor to their world, but it seems like a pretty neat touch if you're into that kind of thing. We are just really trying to... That doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good at all. What? Whoa, what's going on? Oh. Alright. Oh, God! Oh. What the hell was that? What the hell are you, dude? So a couple of things in the combat really stand out. Obviously, you're going to hear me make a lot of references to Left 4 Dead in this because it's pretty much patterned after Left 4 Dead. There's no getting around that. It's quite obvious. But there's a couple of things that I realize the combat in EarthFall does that is different from Left 4 Dead. One is the enemies aren't brainless zombies. They're actually alien drones with, you know, some level of tactical mindset. Which is very different. They don't just come at you in hordes. They bob and weave left and right. You actually have to aim a little more. The other is that your weapons don't necessarily rip through aliens like they're cotton candy, like they do in Left 4 Dead. They feel much more imposing. They feel much more like an enemy or a threat than they do a mindless zombie force. Now, that having been said, the weapons still don't feel like they have a lot of force. I felt like I was shooting a paintball gun half the time. Too close to the boom boom. Swarms are a thing. That's good to know. Oh, God. Oh, God. What the hell are you? Oh my god, it looks like Pumbaa got a hold of a whole fucking case of steroids. Okay. Oh my god. God, if we could stop getting fucked, that'd be great. So I'll go over this more in depth later, but you can see a couple of things that are new that I like already. The flamethrower is a fantastic weapon. It's a lot of fun to use. That is an enrager. It essentially buffs any of the enemies within range. I thought that was a really cool idea. That was a really good addition for a new enemy, a new special bad guy. You can... Team friendly fire is definitely a thing. I just lit him up. It's what you get. You get lit on fire. Oh god! called Shadow. Yeah, that's cool. Don't bother helping the guy that's actually got the flamethrower. Alright, good job, guys. Cool. Good teamwork. Alright, well. That escalated quickly. So this is an example of how you get your weapons in a couple of the maps. You 3D print them, and it takes time. But you can also later on, you'll see in the church area, that 3D printer can print different weapons, but it can also print grenades. So, good resource.
Crap, I knew it. Well, my team is coming tomorrow, so I can hold out. And hey, my name is Sanjay.
About time. So by now you're beginning to see a lot of the similarities and differences between its quote inspiration, Left 4 Dead. You've got your exploding monster, although it doesn't attract enemies, it just does damage. You've got your grabber monster, you've got your pouncer monster, and you've got your big beefy monster. I mean, the beast here is basically a tank that fires fireballs from its throat. A lot of the differences that this game did that I really liked was the custom barricade system. You can set these up anywhere. It doesn't have to be in a doorway. You could literally make a box of them if you wanted to. Wouldn't be very smart, but you could do it. I like the 3D printing system. It is set in the future. You can suspend your disbelief. 3D printers are getting kind of advanced, so it's easy to suspend your disbelief on that. And it also gives you an unlimited source of ammunition. All you really need is time and opportunity to activate it, which I think is actually pretty clever. Almost all of your special enemies come in waves of 2. I'm sure you've noticed a lot of the sappers and threshers, or threshers and whiplashes, will come at about the same time. Piecemeal objective-based progression. You know, go to position B and hold X. It'll summon a swarm, then go to position Y and press, you know, hold X or whatever, and it'll summon a swarm. Here I'm currently trying to run away from the beast. We get a little farther, but, you know, eventually they kill us. I've only played 2 rounds, one offline and one online. I've yet to complete one. And I don't know if that's a strength of Earthfall, or if it is a weakness. The beast especially seems a little overpowered, and the weapons that you have to deal with that particular creature, maybe I'm just not utilizing them properly, but they don't really seem to do any damage or have any impact. I understand that the point of one of these boss characters is for them to instill within you a sense of, oh shit, you know, oh no, here's the big bad. And it's going to be a big fight, and I think that is a good thing. But even the tank in Left 4 Dead, it was fast, it was imposing, it was immediate, it was urgent, and you had to shoot, and take it down. But even then, I don't remember a fight with a tank taking this long. When a tank showed up, it was all hands on deck, because at that moment, it was you or the tank. One of you was going to die, and one of you was going to die fairly quickly. This thing, however, feels like an unnecessary bullet sponge endurance round. You never really felt like, I mean, with the tank, it was, oh no, we die or it dies, right? But with this thing, you just kind of ended up saying, come on, will you die already? It didn't feel like an urgency. It felt like a, oh god, this again. So this entire scenario that I played online ended with one of these get to the chopper kind of moments, with swarms of enemies coming at you and whatnot. And in Left 4 Dead, that was fine because it was a mindless zombie force that you could just kind of tear through. They did a great job of distinguishing the combat, like I said, but I think they tried to hold this new wine in an old wineskin, and it kind of burst. Because without an ebb and flow to the swarm, the fact that you can't rip through these enemies like cotton candy makes it so that if somebody goes down, or more than one person goes down, you cannot catch your breath. And so you really need to be prepared to just run right through And with the chaotic nature of it, with enemies coming from all sides and all different times, I don't feel like it flowed well. I felt kind of screwed at the end of it. I felt like we did a great job overcoming obstacles and even the overpowered beast, only to be fucked in the end because we never got an opportunity to catch our breath. So that, in a nutshell, is Earthfall. I've only played 2 missions, so it's kind of a first impression. It is still in early access, so they can still tweak and change things, and I'm sure they will. The question is, do you want to play this game? Really, if you've played Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, you can kind of get a gauge. If your issue was combat with Left 4 Dead, that you could just kind of overpower the zombies super easily, they were an annoyance more than a force to be dealt with, and that was your primary gripe, then yeah, you know, you would probably enjoy Earthfall. The teamwork is still there, the gameplay is still there, the enemies are still there, but they've been tweaked and they're slightly different. But if Left 4 Dead 2 just sort of felt like slog from point A to point B, with not a lot of difference in between, this game feels very much so the same to me. If you were not a fan of Left 4 Dead 1 or 2, you would not like this game. Avoid it. It's $30 on early access. That, to me, for this game, for being a Left 4 Dead clone with some tweaks, seems like a lot, but it is really, really well done by an independent studio. So, considering that, they're doing a pretty good job here. So I'm glad I got my copy on chrono.gg for free, using the coin system there, and I look forward to kind of getting an idea of what they're going to do with it. So thanks for watching, guys.